So, I thought I'd do something a little bit different to start today's stream. I'll have a look at the part 2 of the Italy developer diary for Fly Blood Alone. Well, when the new focus tree comes out, Gobor, I shall. Because right, I don't normally do stuff like this, so this is a new thing for me. We're gonna have a look at this is the alternate paths for Italy. I know, play it before. I've played Italy before, it was crap. So, alternate fascist path. Oh, can't say that word on the internet. But who cares? So, Italy is going to have a number of different paths. Then you can compare Italy before and after. I've already played Italy before. It was rubbish. So, yes, Italy has an alternate path for fascism. And you can see you have to do something with Ethiopia, probably lose. Then you undermine the deuce. That means, depending on who's the leader, will it be Mussolini or whoever, you get to go against him. Conspiracies in the shadows. Work in progress. So you work against whoever's in charge, probably Mussolini. In the class between Mussolini and the Grand Council, you have to manage the balance of power. So everyone's getting balances of power in this patch. Well, Italy, Switzerland, and Ethiopia. So, a bunch of decisions to take. Once you have enough power, you can convene the Grand Council to decide the Deuce's fate. So, we can decide what happens to him. Get rid of him. So you have to depose Mussolini. Now what? Well, you get to the juicy bits. You can choose who the new Deuce is, of one of two contenders. So it just depends on who you go for, or what path you go down. That might be an option. We don't know yet. You know, new Deuce is to either consolidate power over the, or stop squandering that ran rampant under Mussolini's reign. Depending on who you choose as the new country leader, these focuses can unlock further focuses in their respective path. So, stop squandering or consolidate power. Then you go to purge the party, which probably means get rid of all of Mussolini's followers. And then his fate. And you got decide what you want to do. Something that's going to be important to do is increase the new leader's standing towards the Grand Council in the balance of power. So you can purge your advisors, purge the generals, spare them all, or purge everyone. And you get advisors, political power plus 75. The national balance of power means 50% towards Benito Mussolini, or whoever's in the leader. Next up, you'll be deciding the fate of Mussolini, which also affects the balance of power. You either have him stand trial, execute him. I don't know why it's execute and assassinate. I don't know which ones this is mousing over, but apparently he might still be maybe a zombie in charge if you execute or assassinate him. I still don't know why there's two. I guess we'll find out. After that, if you to decide where to take Italy, maybe you decide to have that Mussolini wasn't all that crazy after all for playing fascism to persona and go with Divino Duce. I think execute is publicly, yeah, that's my guess as well. Then we get Divino Duce. I'm terrible with pronouncing Italian, so political power plus 100, president plus 5%, war support plus 10%. Then you got the bonus, 5% organization, command power, and more recruitable population. That's pretty good. Or you'll decide that fascism should serve a higher purpose than the glorification of a single individual and go with a greater purpose. Which towards the Dino Grandi instead of Mussolini. So you get this. Now, so I turn far more attention to the two potential rival. Let's secretly killing him. Yeah. So, Italio Balbo is one guy you can go for. Which, you know, Balbo, reorganize Regio Exercito, or reinforce Regalia Aeronautica. So that's the army or the air force. So you can I think that's, yeah, tanks. That's army, or reorganize the air force, or reinforce the air force. Then, so this is the military base. So this is the military guy. As you can tell, air research speed. That's nice. Air doesn't really get a lot of love, and that's what he is apparently going to get. Military modernizer. Daily command power gain plus 0.1. Air doctrine cost minus 15. Land doctrine cost minus 15%. Plus 2% coordination. Air mission efficiency plus 5%. Ground support plus 5%. And division organization plus 5%, and armor attack. So that's a bonus to tanks. Well, double bonus to tanks, but a general bonus to organization. So then you got this. Then you got decisions for Tripoli. Then you got this guy who's Dino Grandi. Silver Tongue. So I'm guessing he's probably, you know, more of a political leader. Yeah, he's you know, seek British military cooperation, invite France to a military partnership, sign the Anglo-Italian Pact, sign the Franco-Italian Pact, and proclaim the Italian Empire. So this is more the diplomatic guy. Then you get Britain gets Italy to suggest a military cooperation program. I think this is probably a way to maybe reform the Entente, because Italy was in the Entente in World War One. They weren't very happy about it, but look at this. Look at the bonuses you get: 250% research speed for aircraft, two for ships. Bonuses for air, yeah, the Entente. So you get aircraft and ship research bonuses, which is pretty good early on. So that's the British one, so ships and aircraft, and the French one is armor technology and infantry weaponry. These are some nice bonuses. Get these early on, and you can get pretty teched up pretty quickly. And you get a non-aggression pact if they accept it with Britain. And what's next? Germany gets to ally with Austria, Turkey, Hungary, and fund the Central Powers as a focus. Maybe, I don't know. And this is this guy's bonuses. Foreign subversive activities minus 10%. Improve relations, pinning plus 20%. Improve relations, maintain cost. So yeah, this guy's the let's be friends guy. I think this is kind of interesting. Father of the Empire, political power gain, recruitable population, and brown people support. Well, professionalism support. This is kind of interesting. You got Dino Grandi. Reorganize the party, economic reforms, improve the industries, meritocracy, and expanded corporatism. So he's a corporate guy. I'm getting this guy seems like, you know, the Road to 56 Honduras path if you go fascism. This reminds me of a little bit because you know the corporations took over, didn't they, in that path? Once you quell all opposition, within the party, you're free to open up more institutions to competent people, and with meritocracy, you get advisors that are always unavailable to Itali's vicious government. This focus will also cap off Grandy's third leader trait, political reformer. So he gets research speed, agility drift defense, and operative stats +1. So the operatives get a bonus as well. Big advisor, research speed +15, political power gain +15%. Giovanni Diaz becomes a general. James Bond becomes an operative. I don't think that's real. James Bond becomes an Italian operative? Yeah, I don't think so. The last focus of the sub-branch is expanded corporatism, which combines Grandy's background as a foreign affairs and reforms he undertook, with essentially improvement of the economy and industry. By relying more on local talents, you'll be able to extract more resources and production from occupied territories, as well as get more compliance from these places. The military in civilian countries be +5%. Dara, Decadenesia, Libyan Desert, and 10 others get expanded corporatism Italy, which grants resource gain efficiency +5%, local factories +10, compliance growth +5, and a military factory in each of these. That's four military factories plus efficiency. That's nice. And of course, you got the balance of power. That miles up for the fascist badge for the Italian tree. So you got balance of power. So the first guy you get different decisions based on which one you go for. I think slightly different. If you go for Balbo, you get a slightly different buff than you do with Grandee. Or, even better, which is what I'm looking forward to, going monarchist Italy. You can be Vittorio Emanuele III can be restored. The Soldier King. So wars, not only First World Wars, but the Italian-Turkish War, the Second Italo-Ethiopian War, and many other conflicts in North and East Africa. So this is the monarchist path. Well, part of it. And you see the Kingdom of Italy will also have access to the focuses that cooperate with France and the UK. So we still get the France and the UK stuff. Cooperate with them. To write that branch is a small industrial and equipment themed branch in which you will be able to get a bit more out of your controlled resources thanks to the extraction industry. The extraction industry gets steel. As production of 2 oil to every fully controlled state already producing oil. That's not bad. So you get more oil. So say you take Romania, or the Caucasus, you take this focus, you get more oil out of them. New corporations prepare for the coming wars. Nuclear research bonuses. Nuclear production +10%, research speed +5. Nuclear Italy. As a monarchist nuclear Italy. Don't know about you, but that sounds fun. Let's talk about the actual political parts of the branch, because there are several choices in many regards to leadership. You got revoke the Acerbo law and power to the king. So you got secret people support, disband or utilize the black shirts, enroll the Royal Guard parallel to your training, or go democratic monarchism. So basically a constitutional monarchy. To a democratic king or Christian democracy. What else? You got decisions related to that. You can have Emmanuel abdicate. That brings in his son. That's some nasty bonuses. Nasty debuffs. Inexperienced Monarch. High command man cost 20, minus 20, plus 25. Army cost 12, plus 25. But he's an eager commander. So you get some stability, command power bonuses. What else we got? You got Balance of Power again. Political Equilibrium. On the left side, revoke the Asiba law leads to conservative democracy. So there's another this leads to regular. Yeah, that's democracy. Christianity was moderate political party. And you got more democracy stuff. This is I think this is the democratic path. Oh yeah, you can still form the Imperium Romanum with this path under Muscle Boy, which could be interesting. So that's still an option. That's interesting. Nord what? Is that Nordic Empire? Somebody played a game taking over the world. I can see Greater Italy and Mare Nostrum available for Mussolini, Balti Grandi, and the Monarchist branch. So you can still form Imperium Romanum even if you go Monarchist, which is pretty cool, pretty interesting, kind of fun. I'd like to continue to certainly show Roberto's portrait, but also some of the new fascist and common generals. Interesting stuff there. Prince Umberto. So you can have him as a general. Can't remember what that one is though. What trait that is. And Africa or Italia. This is. Oh, you can form Italian East Africa as a controlled state, as a puppet state. And you can arm them as well. Lots of guns. The Balkan diplomacy category has also been expanded with many new flavorable decisions. Here you can see some of them. So you can ultimatum to Yugoslavia, demand Dalmatia, support the Hungarian claim to the Vojvodina, sorry. Offer the Deccanese to the Kingdom of Greece for an alliance. So you don't have to go to war with Greece. Offer the Deccanese to Turkey for an alliance, same thing. Demand the demilitarization of Antalya and Izmir. Isn't that the Bosphorus? Antalya and Izmir? I think that's the Bosphorus. And coronate Prince Almone. I don't know what that is. I'm sure though, and Antalya and that is Bosphorus. Interesting. Greater Italy, the branch starting with the focus towards Greater Italy, is now a cosmetic tag and exceeded in fulfilling all, so you can form Greater Italy. That's kind of like Greater Hungary. Let's move on to the anti-fascist Republican branch. Italy's getting a communist path. With that stats, I think that from the looks, if I remember correctly, that focus there is what happens if you lose in Ethiopia. So this path opens up if you fail to take Ethiopia. That's really interesting. See, if you want to go communist, just lose in Ethiopia. Unite the opposition. Organized strikes in the north. So you can take organized strikes in the north, which is where all the industry is, or go down south, where all the manpower is. Defy the deuce. Appeal to the bourgeoisie. And seize all equipment and the Italian Republic. I'm actually really looking forward to trying this out. So, so the communist path is actually split. You can go communist, or there's another democratic path. So there's 1, 2, 3, at least 3 different ways of becoming democratic. This is why it focuses. So you got balance of power towards democracy, or balance of power towards communism. I really like this system. This system's looking good. And you have and there'll be a civil war. Communist branch, Popular Front, industrial socialization. What else is the military? Union in the party. You got the Garibaldi Legion. I'm liking these new models they're putting in. Looks like that's like yeah, Communist Italy soldier, which actually looks kind of good, that one. You got the final part of the Communist branch gives you the opinion to trade, so either Soviet or go independent. So this is kind of like, you know, any other Soviet path, any communist path. Either go with the Soviets or do your own thing. So, you know, you could be another one of Stalin's puppets, or you could do your own thing and go against him. And my communist friends, allow me to show you some of the new partisan generals, because I think they look really good. Which they do. So I'm guessing you probably lose all your other generals if you do this. And there's the democratic path. Italian socialism. You can aid the Spanish Republic in their civil war. Cooperate with the mafia, crush the mafia, common ground. There's quite a lot you can do here. Production lines. Social stability. Italia Liberera, and restore old alliance, establish old alliances. So you could probably go and restore the Entente. I'm guessing that probably means the Entente alliance. Bring down fascist strongholds, so targeting Germany. The enemies of capitalism. Secure the borders and peace preservation. European democracies. You got quite a few different options here. You can see some of the democratic generals, even though most still lack portraits. So you get different generals depending on what ideology you go for. Which I kind of like that. And the last branches show the anti-colonialism branch. Ethiopian question. Abolish the colonies. So you can break the colonies off. You can like free them. I guess what I'm guessing. New colonial policies. Negotiate with Albania. The Italian Confederation. This might be forming a faction with the colonies. Like they go independent, like their own countries, and then you form an alliance with them. The fight overseas, irregulars, liberate the workers of Africa, and Ascari. This is all the new advisors that Italy's getting. There's a fair few. Here's some of the new operatives that I've gotten portraits, each one unlocked by different focuses or ideology. Last but not least, a small tease of more 3D models in the works. That kind of looks like an African unit, African themed unit. Yeah. Horses or camels. And another new 3D unit. Looks like the postman. Somebody's sending out all the post. That was all. In the meantime, you have my full Italian focus tree in all its glory. Wait, what? Well, we did what we could. Yeah, so that's the old tree on the left there. This is the new one. I say that's quite the expansion. I'd say. I mean, I'd say that's probably got more width than the new Soviet one. That's insane. But yeah, that's well. This is the new tree. Yeah, looking pretty interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to playing as Italy now. Next week is the Swiss tree. So the showing next week is the alternate Switzerland tree, which I'm looking forward to. I think probably after that they'll probably show the Ethiopian alternate tree. Then whatever else they're going to bring out with this update.